Ireland. All right, good morning. Not feeling myself? All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on ELEGBETETVRADIO. My name is Daffy Matthew, and so you love to come in ELEGBETE One of Sports. Today is Wednesday, and feels good to be in the studio once again. I did that on the groove. Yeah, and you know how it is. Everything. Can you get in there, Vakashiko? It's Wednesday, and you know from the midweek till the end of the week, we go from sports to personal conversation and all that. So I'm going to give you all of the sporting updates. Champions League was done yesterday, so we'll talk about Champions League. We would have a whole lot. And then there's a video on the YouTube channel that I posted yesterday that's already, generating a lot of beautiful comments and some ugly behaviors. Okay, so let me address that before I go further down. So that video was a call to action video. I didn't want to have an interview with Eguavon as the manager of the Super Eagles. This would be like my first interview with him. I've interviewed him before. I had him on my podcast. That one is still not out. And I did the film room, remember? But I've not interviewed him since he became the interim manager of the Super Eagles. And I felt like, I should carry everybody along. Now, this radio is not like every other regular terrestrial radio where it doesn't really matter whether you get the fans involved. Just get your job done and go. No, this is different. You guys are part owners of the radio because it is you guys that we are really directly feeding. We know the people, we can track the people that we're feeding. And I felt to do an interview with the Guavon and not get you guys involved will kind of sort of like be like disrespectful. So I did that video as a call to action. And I was very, very clear, very explicit about the things that should be done. Send your question to the coach. But you see, we're still Africans, and little things matters. We don't lose being Africans because we're not in the social media age. And when I look at the comments, the many comments from the comments that have already come in, one of the things that I notice constantly is people just have forgotten how to be humans, how to be Africans, how to do things the right way. So let me point out what I am saying, and maybe you guys would get an understanding of what I'm trying to explain here. And if I am wrong, correct me. You see, I'm not the all-knowing Daffy, but I just want to point out some things from that video as a way of housekeeping, and then we can move on in the conversation. And what are those things that I need to point out? Let me go straight to the comment section and show you this, because sometimes we tend to want to teach people, but we also need to be taught. That's what I've come to realize with the human race. Okay, and there are some people who just got it perfectly right, and then there are some people who, when I look at their comments, like, wait a minute, if you are the coach and somebody throw questions to you like this, would you take it? Okay, so let's even stretch it down to some of the questions, and I'm not going to answer some stuff. Okay, Amos Ayoride Matthew said, why did the coach invite Onazi? Good question. Okay, Jude Omenuche, why is there no Iwobi? Iwobi is on red card, right? Maybe, okay, so let's take it that this guy does not know that the red card from the AFCON will affect him in this qualifier. Paul have 20.4 million subscribers. Please try, bro. You are good enough. Yeah. This is a space for question. Okay, we will get there. Now, Blessing went on to say, Edafe, you can make it in YouTube, only you need consistency. You can check out this channel, Wode Maya from Ghana. He is the biggest and most successful YouTuber in Africa and also introduced Patreon. I want you to be successful on YouTube. Also, check out Jake Paul, who also is doing boxing exhibition worth millions of dollars. He is one of the biggest YouTuber in the world. He has over 2 million. Okay, this is supposed to be question for the coach, right? How am I supposed to deal with this? SAW, he said, why is Nigeria inviting the likes of Ahmed Musa, Igalo, Shehu Abdullahi, and Semi Ajayi, who we can do better? I'm just putting this out. I'm going to give you the reason why I'm putting this out. And some of these questions I will obviously ask them, but I'm going to give you the reason why I'm reading this out now. How are you, coach? Which is very, very nice. And this takes somebody who's from Sierra Leone. How are you, coach? I'm from Sierra Leone. We went to AFCON without a sound video analyst, right? And modern day football, you need one. Have you secured a video analyst prior to the Ghana match? Fantastic. And the point that I'm trying to prove with this is, and let me take a few other ones of people that are very popular on the channel that we all know, that shows up on a regular basis, so that you get my drift on this. Hybrid says, hello, coach. Thank you for your service to the nation. Fantastic. I'm hearing from another source, Colin Odor to be exact, who stated that he was told by a source told him that there is interference in the selection of your players, as 2 players in the team were selected from higher up. That is very concerning for me as a fan, because I want the coach to be the sole decider in player selection. Can you please confirm or refute this claim? Thanks again for addressing my question. Now, this is because I can't take all of them. But the reason why I'm saying this is the coach of the Super Eagles is doing a job, whether you're older than him or he's your junior. I do believe that courtesy demands that when you're asking somebody a question, you should just first of all put in a little bit of pleasantry. Hi, coach. Good morning, coach. This. And then if you listen to the video, if you watch the video, I also stated that let us know who you are, what you're calling for, because most people have Mohicans, nicknames on their YouTube channel. I really like to have a track of the people that I'm asking their question. I don't want to get a place where we're doing it and then, oh, you didn't ask my question. I raised the question, you didn't ask it. It has been why like that, because that happens a lot. I see people in my DM say, oh, I asked a question, you didn't use it, and then you're asking people to ask questions. No. And then when they put up a video that you should ask questions, focus on it. Jake Paul did not become Jake Paul today, or the guy in Ghana did not become that guy today. I'm doing YouTube. I'm investing in it. I will grow, but at my pace. I'm not going to be Jake Paul. Jake Paul is not going to be me, right? There is a process to this. Jake Paul did not turn a YouTube guru overnight, or neither the biggest YouTube channel, Coco Melon. That's the biggest YouTube channel in the whole world. Did not become that overnight. So we're going to grow, but as much as I love the support and I appreciate it, honestly, I do. That's why I focus on, my commitment with the YouTube channel and the rest. I do appreciate it. But try to understand that this thing is a process. And environment also counts a lot. There are places where the algorithm works in your favor. And then there are what they call mega YouTubers, that YouTube would help to promote you more than people. Nigeria does not fall under that category. Okay? So it takes time. There are impediments that you may not know. So just take it easy and we'll grow at this pace. I mean, by this time last year, we had only 2,000 subscribers on this channel. And let's be very honest, 2,000 subscribers, we're very, very happy. We're extremely happy. 1,804 actually, this time last year. But today, it is 6,471. It's growth. We're going to get there, but it's not going to happen overnight. So try and understand that, and then it will help you with your expectation. And then those people that came in, there are also people who came in, instead of asking questions, they were not, commanding and giving order to the coach. I don't think that's right. And I try to correct them, and they show up in my DM on Instagram and on Twitter, and I've unsubscribed you. It doesn't change anything. That's normal. If you want to subscribe, you'll subscribe. Somebody else will subscribe. That is just as simple as that. If they say ask a question, please do well to ask a question. That's what the whole essence of it is for. Because I cannot, when the show starts, when I start doing that interview, I cannot start reading a question and then it turns into an order and I get pissed off. It will affect the production. Okay, that's the reason why it's a clarion call. It's a call to action. It's a very simple, straightforward one. But sometimes we just don't know how to get this thing. We put the cart before the horse. We put square pegs in round holes. But we're very quick to accuse people in administrative position of not doing the right thing. This is a very simple task for everybody to do. So please, if you want to drop a comment, please drop a comment. But remember that you're addressing a human being. It's not a robot. It's not a thing. It's a human being. Address that person the way you would love anybody to address you. Saying a simple hi, that's courtesy. Okay? Saying a simple hi, hello coach, well done for the job you're doing. Or, even if you don't like it, but just, save your own humanity and be nice. I think it is the right thing to do. But if you can't, well, that's who you are anyway. But just try and do the right things always in this situation. Thank you very much. That's out of the way. Now let's deal with the show the way it is. First question that I'm going to raise to you guys on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube is: do you think the red card to Alexis Sanchez was justified? Second yellow card turning into a red card was justified, or it was a referee that wanted Liverpool to go ahead and terminate any chance that Inter Milan have for a comeback? Because that's the way I say it. But I want to hear your take. I want to know what you think about that red card giving. Man, let's forget about Bayern. There's nothing to talk about Bayern. Bayern just were being Bayern. The same Bayern that beats Barcelona 8-2 with Messi in their squad, beating Salzburg. There's nothing to talk about. RB Salzburg beating them that 7-1. I don't have anything. 23 minutes hat-trick for Lewandowski. That's who he is. But let's talk about the team issues. To me, I felt that referee destroyed the game. I felt that was match fixing. I felt the referee just wanted to push Liverpool across the finishing line because Liverpool, Inter Milan came into that game wanting to push a comeback, but somehow that comeback didn't happen because a referee somewhere just woke up and decided, you know what? Oh, today we are going to make sure Liverpool make progress and no other team does, and that's very, very bad. Okay, somebody wants the number. I say, hi, bro. Can I call you direct with this number? Obviously, no, you cannot. This is the studio number. This is not my number. Okay. Coming from Mr. Paul Obi, say good morning, Mr. Dafa. Thank you very much. Good morning to you. And Sean for me from Opik, he said good morning, coach. I want to ask you a question. Why are you bringing back Victor Moses? Okay, it's not on this show, please. It's on. Please send it to the YouTube channel. Can you please do that? And we're fine. Okay. All right. So we don't have coach today. That interview will be done in the evening of Friday, afternoon or evening, depending. Late afternoon anyway. So we just go to the YouTube channel and drop your question. The video to drop the question, you will see the thumbnail is the coach, the picture of the coach wearing a face cap in the press conference, and just go there on the comment section, drop your comment, and we'll find. So let's go to my question. Again, I ask, looking at that Liverpool versus Inter Milan game at Anfield, do you think that the foul, he wasn't, as far as I'm concerned, I don't see a foul there. He got the ball. It was the Brazilian Fabinho that bumped into it and play acted. Do you think, because there's VAR is supposed to check that and then come back with a response? But I don't see that. So do you think that this was a referee helping to kill the comeback run of Inter Milan and also help Liverpool to get past the finishing line? That's just what I want to know. What's your take on that one? Yes, Adawa Jr., WGCHCH. He said the first yellow card should have been a red card. No, that wasn't a red card. So I don't even know what you're saying about that one. Should have been a red card, though. I was unnecessary by Alexis. I agree it's unnecessary, but I don't think it's a yellow card. It's a red card. But I think it's a yellow card, the first one. The second yellow card wasn't intentional, but it was a yellow card, too. I don't understand. Wasn't intentional. Didn't he get the ball? Is it not the player that fell on it? Well, I don't understand. Did he tackle? Did he even tackle the guy? He didn't tackle him. So he got the ball. Anything that happened after the ball, it's not supposed to be a foul. Okay? The second tackle was almost identical to that No, that's two different things now. Iwobi lost track of the ball and stood on the ankle of the opposition player. He lost track of the ball. The ball was in Iwobi's possession and then he lost track of it. This one was a challenge on the ball and he got the ball. So I don't understand that. But, well, it's your opinion. I want to respect it, but I don't think it's the same. Iwobi was standing on the ball. He owned the ball like this was his own possession and then he lost track of it. A little bit of lack of absent-mindedness or lack of focus, whatever we call it. And then the ball went away and he tried to get the ball back, but the Tunisian player had already, retrieved the ball. So he stood on the ankle of the Tunisian player, which was a straight red card. And I remember we were watching from the press gallery at the Garua Stadium, and everybody was there. From the first touch, I just said, this is a card. Everyone said, no, it's not a card. And you know how, you're in the stadium, you're not even seeing the replay. I said, this is a red card because I saw it. And then later when we watch it, I said, you're right. Okay, but I don't think this is the same anyway. The second tackle was almost identical to that Wobi tackle that was straight red carded. For me, both yellow card was purely justified. Okay, if you say so, I'm gonna listen to you. I'm agree. I'm gonna take it. But let me go to YouTube and see what my YouTube people are thinking. And everything inside here, everything certainly, I feel involved in the show. I feel part of it 100%. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of the support you give behind the scene. It's been very, very great. I don't take it for granted. Remy TV Concept, you say, I am here live, okay? Every time you say, you sabi my name. Egu sabi my name. Okay, that's good. It was justified. Both were dangerous. Herbert, it wasn't intentional. Kenechukwu Unameka, he said the red card was justified. It was clear. He left his stud on Fabi. Did he? Bro, did he? I didn't say it. Okay, I didn't say it. Okay. Yamiti, he said, good morning, bros. I totally disagree with you. I'm not a Liverpool fan, and you two, they like this. You could be very violent too. Just put your position. You're too aggressive. I'm not a Liverpool fan, and the first yellow card should be red card. In the first place, he left a gash on Thiago, tie, plus knee. That's a yellow card. I agree. But the second one, I'm talking about the second one. Because now you're bumping the first one and the second one. The question, this is why people fail exams anyway. The question is on the second one. The yellow card for the first offense I've been given, it is passed. I'm not bringing that. You're bringing two different scenarios. In court, you don't do that. It's double jeopardy, right? You have been punished for the first one. Everybody has settled on that one. Are you saying, because the way you guys answer this question, and you're trying to say the referee saw the mistake he made with the first one and he corrected it with the second one, which is also wrong. That also just makes it wrong because you're doing retributive justice over a crime that you've already punished somebody for, which is double jeopardy. I don't see it that way. What I'm saying is, let's focus on the Fabinho foul. That's the question. So can we not bring the one on Thiago Alcantara and move on to the Fabinho one and then address it the way it is? Unfortunately, we're in a place where we can't even run the video and go back and forth and see what I'm saying. But Jamie Carragher, Thierry Henry, and a host of others saw it differently. That it's not a red card. Okay, these are people who play the game anyway. Not like, okay, it doesn't mean that they are always right to. That's not what I'm saying. So you don't go and quote me that, if I think so, let people play the game are the ones that are right in analysis. No, that's what I think. I actually think that most times they are all wrong anyway. So somebody else, Yomiti, please try to stop there and be aggressive, I beg. Okay, so Kelechi Kunameka said the red card was justified. Okay. Dietrich Remy TV Concept said Iguavan is a Nazi based on recommendations of his colleagues, meaning that he only makes selections on hearsay and what people suggest, not what he saw in a player. Yeah. You know this thing you're saying, I can expatiate on that thing. Raise your hand up if you've never benefited from somebody recommending you for something. Because we seem to like judge football differently. Raise your hand up if you've never. And I don't think there is any coach in the world that have not signed or invited the player based on recommendation. There is no coach in the world. You can't watch everybody. Let's not lie to ourselves. Let's not deceive ourselves. Let's just be honest. Recommendation is part of the job. Okay, so they're recommending Onazi. I don't think Onazi should be invited. So that's my position. So don't think I'm defending it. But we should not say because you're the coach, somebody will not recommend player to you. That's a lie. You see almost all the journalists that you see go around, talk about interference, talk about recommendation, talk about this that you listen to. Nearly all of them are recommending one player or the other. That's how football is. Nearly all of them are recommending one player or the other. And it's one of those things that I always run away from. No, I don't want to recommend anybody. I don't want to be that. I just want to be in my space, do my job, and get away. And that's why when players reach out to me and say, you're close to this coach, help me. I'm like, no, I don't know how to do that. It's not something that I can do. I am sorry. Yamiti say, bro, calm down. Liverpool won this game 11-11 in Milan. And I'm not sure that red card influenced any outcome of the game. The follow-up to that tackle was the yellow card, full stop. Okay? If you say so, no problem. But let me state this. Teams have won first leg 4-0 and lose the second leg. So I'm trying to get where you're coming from with the 11-11. People will not play football, I be give this type of opinion over. But I understand. People will don't know anything about football. I be give this type of opinion. Stepmonic said, good morning, Elegbete. Please, is it true Akpoguma said is giving international duty a break? It won't be funny if we lose him. What funny? Funny or not funny? Brian sing for you. He said from Eco Beats Academy. Okay, I'll be there in a few hours. I'll be at the studio, the Eco Beats studio, in a few hours. So wait for me. I'm coming with my guest and my team and my squad. I'm going to be leaving this show earlier than normal. All right. He said, are you going to give us the piecemeal info of your interview with Coach Eguavoen, or will you give us the full interview? I suspect the former, but I'm not sure. Hence my question. So this is the reason, and somebody already asked me this question on my DM. The reason why that is, if you go back, check the history of this channel, what I used to do is, I do a full interview and I put it out there. And I got to a point where people keep sending me messages. People want, okay, let me take this call, please. I'll come back to that explanation. Hello, good morning. Yeah, good morning, bro. Oh, Shamu, how you doing? All right, talk to me.
I thought the story is true. The story is true. I thought the story is true. We can't even play for the jackpot now.
Okay.
And as for me, I think because of what happened yesterday, that's bad. Not the just scope, that's bad.
Because of what?
The just scope, that's bad.
What happened at the Nations Cup?
They're not picking now.
So you're saying because they didn't pick you, you go on strike. Who lose? Go and ask Anelka. Who lose?
Anaima.
So if he's not playing, who cares about Baguma? Well, see, the day will not come when Esiogene Edafi would place a player over a team or a country. That's why I was amazed at the people who were blaming Arteta for the exit of Ozil and Aubameyang. Listen, I've always said this in every forum that I belong to. I'm a fan of a national team or a club. I am not a fan of any player. Footballers are professionals, they do their thing and they go. If you want to follow them, follow them. But the coach can only pick 23 players. And in picking 23 players, you have to understand there's something called circumstantial event. A circumstantial event means a coach who had only 10 days to prepare his players can only pick the players that are available to him. There are no expanse room to maneuver, no friendly match, no trials, nothing. So you go with one. Players who already have perfect team chemistry together, players who already know themselves. And the way you do it, if you notice, it is rare for a coach to make substitution in defense if there's no injury. So the way I was taught in coaching school is that select your best defenders, make them stable. The people who play together the longest are the defensive midfielder and the entire backline and goalkeepers. They hardly substitute them. And even if you want to substitute, you substitute your fullback. The center back position is a group of people who are consistently playing together. You're not going to take Akpoguma to the Nations Cup and give him a big competition like that. When we're going to the Nations Cup, we're going as a team that will be flogged in the group and we'll come back with our tail behind our backs. So if he wasn't picked and he's deciding, oh, I'm not going to play for Nigeria again, fine and good. He can even change and play for Germany. No problem. We have defenders to cover those positions. This is not the first time people are turning their back on Nigeria. It's not going to be a big deal. Are we going to miss him? How am I going to miss a player that I'm not even saying play for Nigeria like on a regular basis and he's performed very well? I think that Akpoguma should rethink his position. One, blackmailing is not something that will work. If I'm a coach, you can't blackmail me into picking you. I pick you because I want to pick you. If I don't pick you, you wait for your time. There are big players that didn't get picked by their coach. Okay. Stepanik said, I feel a table was called because Iguavon and Pinnick are from the same state. Iguavon is from Edo State. Amaju is from Delta State. Okay. We care about Akpoguma. He is the best defender after Balogun. You care about him. Don't say we. You care about him. I don't care about him. The same accusation you just gave. And I'm very certain if they pick Akpoguma, you would have also said that, oh, Akpoguma was selected because he's from the same state with that Maju. See, you can't please the public. But one of the things that I know is we're playing against Ghana is very crucial. I don't think that a coach will wake up and decide to disrupt his team chemistry. We didn't lose in the African Cup of Nations because our defense were in shambles. Even though the defense still have a little to work on, they are still coming together. I think that a common sense on the side of Akpoguma will be, you know what, I'll fight for my place after the qualifiers and those friendly matches that we played and the preparation. I'll fight for my place and I might just get my place. She's the one who didn't play any qualifiers going into the World Cup in '94. But he showed up and he got the spot. So I don't know what the modern day players' code is, but I think that this is weakness on his part. This is somebody who feels he's entitled. Well, whatever his decision is, I can only say I wish you good luck. I can't push more than that. Let me come back to this. Am I invited Onazi? Okay, I've read that before. Are you going to give? Okay, so I was explaining this. So I was always doing 1 hour interview and I post it out there. Go back to my old interviews, the one with Odion, Onazi, yes, Kenneth Omeru, part 1 and part 2, Tawawoni, part 1 and part 2, Victor Osimhen. And then people who watch it start saying that Edafe for 2 reasons. One, it is too long. Can you cut it into pieces? And maybe later you put the full one. So those people who want to watch the full one will go and watch the full one. Those of us who just want to get a part of it will get it. So give us options. What you're doing with your channel is you're forcing things down our throat and we don't have a choice. I said, okay, it does make sense. Like I always said since the inception of this channel, it's going to be a job between me and you guys. So you guys will decide who made me discover Super Chat. You guys, I don't know about it before. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I don't know about it before. You guys taught me what Super Chat is, and I am the better for it. YouTube is also benefiting because they collect 30% of everything that you guys give me, so it's fine. And so many other things, especially Ivory 10, have helped me to shape and adjust the way this channel and the shows are run. Take for instance, from 18th, I'll be in Abuja. I'll go with the team to Ghana. I won't be in the studio yet, but guess what? Because of what Ivory 10 taught me, I will have a diary, daily diary, very late in the night, but daily diary of what I do, my event, activities, and the rest. I'm working very, very hard to improve the channel. So, Ivory, let me say this. I put it in pieces not because I'm trying to extract extra views from people. That time will come when the views will flood in. What I'm doing is I'm giving options to people. Some people just want 10 minutes or 15 minutes of the show, and they are good. Some other people, if I like, look, I put 3 hours video, they go watch it from start to finish. So I'm trying to feed all audience so that nobody thinks, oh, Edafe is forcing it on our truth. And don't forget that social media people are very, very vile. They like you in the morning, they hate you in the afternoon, they bury you in the evening. So you've got to be stable in trying to give to people what they need. This is social media space. They will tell you, I'm using my data, so don't come here and force me to watch 1 hour. So that's the reason why that is. Step Money said, even in my humble opinion, Siridesa should be called before an Onaze or a table. That's, like you said, it's your humble opinion. Fortunately, you don't have a coaching certificate, you've not applied for the job, and even if not the Super Eagles, I know that there are a lot of teams that are looking for a coach. You should apply and get it. But the thing is, you just made a mistake in this your humble, that is not so humble opinion. Let me point out your mistake to you. Sridesa plays as a striker. I thought you would say Sridesa before Ojo Igalo or Ahmed Musa and the rest of them. But since you said that, let me correct this thing for you. Onaze is a standby player, meaning he's not even invited for this game. Onaze would only come to play when the players that are fully invited, the main invited players, now pull out. Okay, so we don't fall short of that 15 days requirement to invite a player. So until then, can we just put the Onaze's conversation on the side? Etebo was good enough to be on the bench for his club this past weekend, meaning he's been playing under 23 games, and if push comes to shove, he would have been played in the Premier League game. Are you saying that a player that is good enough to sit on the bench for a Premier League team is not good enough to play for the Super Eagles? If you say that, I would accept your position as well. But then, Desas is a striker. Unfortunately, the times that he should have gotten his chance was under Ganotro. One thing or the other, injury, transit, paperwork, and the rest of them, he didn't get it. Now that position, first, the leading striker position is owned by Victor Osimhen. Like it or not, you will not pick Desa ahead of Osimhen. The support striker position is already taken by Kelechi Iheanacho. Jude Odiagalu most likely will be on the bench. Then you now have additional players in wide areas. There is Moses Simon, there is Amo Chukwueze, but then there are additional players in wide areas in Ahmed Musa, who, for me, is making the team because he's the captain of the team, and it is also very good that we show solidarity with our captain, our longest-serving player, and give him the kind of exit that he deserves. We've done this since 1994. Stephen Keshi was a non-playing captain. And Joseph Yobo 2013 was a non-playing captain. I think that we're following the same tradition that we have always followed. There is nothing wrong with tradition, so we're following it. Now, if you bring in these old players into play, the question is, where does Desa fit in? Everybody will not play. Even Sandin does not have all types of fish. Okay, no matter how you try to cram it, you cram just like 2 or 4 fish inside. These days, people say it's only one. It's only the granite that did not see Sandika. I have no experience that anyway, but I'm just giving you that as an example. So when you mention Desas, mention him in an attack, and then tell me the players you want to remove from the team to put. Don't forget that Desas does not even have playing time in the team, like people like Peter Lainka, Enro Yekuru, Paul Onuachu, and the rest of them. These guys have had playing times. They understand the team chemistry. The fact that you're playing majestically for a club does not translate to you playing excellently for your national team. Let's not also forget that part. So the coach is going to, first of all, consider the fact that I don't have 2 or 3 weeks to blend my players together. I just have a couple of days. The camp opens on Monday. The team travels on Thursday. So if I get it right, all of the players will not be in camp on Monday, if I follow Nigerian football very well. So if all of the players are not available on Monday, so some players will train on Monday. By Tuesday, maybe you have a full camp. You train twice a day. On Wednesday, you reduce the load. You train once a day. On Thursday, you warm up, and then you load your team, and you're going to Accra or Takoradi, the place like Takoradi is closer. From Accra to Cape Coast is 3 hours. From Takoradi is 1 hour 30 minutes or 1 hour 45 minutes. So obviously they'll go to Takoradi, and then you drive down to Cape Coast because there is no airport in Cape Coast, in case you don't know. So they'll drive down, rest, warm up in the evening, and then the next day they play their game. So look at it from that angle, from the position of the coach. And the coach would obviously be here to explain all of this. That's why I put out that video that you people raise these questions. But when you raise the questions respectfully. Because some questions are like accusations. And if you don't, have proof for it. Thank you very much, Johnny Gaffa. I saw that. If you don't prove these questions right, it's going to be difficult for me because it will not be said that you asked the question. It will be said when people are reporting it, they'll say ELEGBETETVRADIO. That's how they will report it. So I want my platform to produce things that are top quality, something that can be funded. Like the question that Ivory 10 raised, equal the source where that question is coming from. So I can confidently ask that kind of question on my platform. After all, Colin Odo is a very credible person in the industry. So yeah, if you say he said it, then I'm going to run with it. But if you're telling me you hear say them talk, say somebody talk, say who be the somebody, I'm not going to ask that kind of question because it makes me a foolish person like, oh, that way. Would you say you did mature? Would you say you know your work? You never know anything. Because some other people, professionals, will look at it and say, what's this guy saying? All right? So that's very, very important. So when we raise this, like you just said just now, somebody was invited because I'm a Jew, and how childish that talk can even be. Because this person is that person. Chidera Ejuke is good enough for first team, but he was relegated to stand by list. That Iguavon list as COVID 0. I no go lie. Okay. Have COVID, I no go lie. Okay, no problem. Let's hope so. So let's go back to the YouTube channel and see. Okay, after your loss of connection yesterday. Okay, I promised to come back here and give an explanation on that, and I'm going to give my explanation. Danny Bayano JP say good morning, Edafe. Good morning to you. Adebola Oluwaseun for me say good morning, bro. For me, I think the second one was not the red card. Simple. Okay, Daddy Bayano JP say Alexis should have played nice since he's on yellow card. Football is passion, my dear. Sometimes it's hard. It's easy to say, after the fact. Edafe, your loss of connection yesterday took a hit in your numbers. I saw your views increasing about 20 on YouTube when we lost you. Yes, I agree, and I take responsibility 100% on that. That was my fault. That was my carelessness. Okay, so this laptop that we use here, I use my personal one. So let me show you an example. So it's this one, right? It's two of these that's in the studio. One is for the studio, one is for me. And because I use mine a whole lot, somehow the battery power has gone down. I'm trying to change it, but I've got some other things I'm taking care of. So focus on that one. Mistakenly, because of the rush to start the show, I did connect the power cord to the laptop. And I lost track of it. I was just focused on the show, doing what I was doing. And then it went off. It doesn't come with a warning. It just goes off. And you're like, I messed it up. Okay, so I apologize to everybody. I'm sorry for that. And I'm also seeing the numbers. The heat on me is very, very hard. That's why social media is social media. Mistakes are not forgiven on social media. Like, you can't. You're supposed to be perfect. But hello, I'm not perfect. Hello, it's me again. I was wondering if you guys can forgive me. So, guys, just forgive me and take me as I am. I make mistakes. And I hope that you guys could understand and forgive me on that one. Thank you very much. Super Eagles fanatic. He said, indeed, no will be dynamic enough for start midfield. I don't understand. Please explain that. Every time he said, I prefer place piecemeal because I want the show to be extremely successful personally. I prefer the full interview at once. All right. Thank you very much. Oda Donald, they say, good morning, Saida. Good morning to you. And Johnny Gaffer, thank you very much for the £4.49. I don't know how you guys do this, but it gets me smiling and excited that I could be doing something here in Nigeria and people from across the globe, people that have not met before, not had anything to do, done anything for, could be so supportive. It's the humanity itself that gets to me. Thank you very much. Yesterday, you mentioned Aribo is having issues. Are you able to shed light? He is one of my favorites. We used to play football together when we were younger. Yeah, I saw your comment. Okay, so we're having a conversation. And he said to me, comment is there? I can't access it. I'm using it for Instagram. And he said to me, oh, sorry. Okay, let me even read it. Let me just read it so you understand what that is. Not like it's something that we can put out for public consumption, but I think it's just dealing with some personal things that he would eventually get over. That's my thought. Okay, that's my thought. I don't know, but he's supposed to get back to me in the next couple of days, and maybe we'll get to talk about it properly. And at the same time, I'm having a plan to interview. What's it called? Okay, so this is it. He said, hello, bro. Sorry, I've been going through some things, not doing it on purpose. I will get back to you very soon. I love the idea, the project that you guys are doing for the Eagles. And after you explained it to us in Cameroon, I fell in love with it. I want to be part of it, but not taking your calls or returning your message. It's not in my character. It's just that so many things have been going on since I came back from the AFCON, and I will get back to you in due course, and hopefully we will see in Abuja or Ghana for the World Cup qualifiers. So that's his message, his response to me, because I was trying to make him understand that, I'm doing character casting right now, and I want to give everybody a fair chance. Should I pull the plug on you, or keep you on? And I needed to be sure, so I don't take a decision and tomorrow somebody say, I'm already seeing the film and I already seeing the reaction that some people go, you don't give Igbo people central focus. Because I started hearing people say things that are strange on my YouTube channel. Oh, you don't like Igbo players, you don't like this one. It's very, very strange, but you grow to accept this kind of conversation. But when you're trying to reach out to these players and they are not even budging, they're not responding, I'm a business person. I'm taking investors' fund. $1 million not be joke. Now people money. I'm taking investors' fund to do all of that. I'm going to take a decision that supports the business interest of what we're doing, so that nobody gets into a place where they start calling you hush puppy for money that you did not eat. Okay, so that's the place where we start. But I think it will be fine. The good thing is we have the Ghana game. We'll definitely see ourselves. My crew, as we speak this morning, are already were in London yesterday. We're flying to the Netherlands for the NFL meeting with Nike. I think that Nike is putting up something very, very special again for the World Cup. Nigeria is now leading the fashion show for the World Cup. I just hope that we are successful on the field of play as we are with our jersey launch, especially coming from 2018. But it's a good thing. So you think about all of those spendings and the rest, and then you try to contact players and they are just ignoring you. Sometimes you get cranked up and like, okay, F it, let me cut this guy. But you also want to give everybody a fair chance so that nobody comes and asks you, oh, in this your film, why is this guy in a minor position? Or why is that person? I'm already seeing that happening with somebody like Kelechi Iheanacho. Somebody like, oh, you didn't put Kelechi in central position. No, I didn't put him, not because I don't want to. And sometimes these things happen with selection of players. So because of this film that I'm doing, I'm beginning to understand the plight of the coaches. Some of these people are just not accessible when you want to access them. And then when you don't invite them, the whole society and Ndidi should be benched. Non-creative midfielders, oh my God, should be benched for who now? When you make this type of suggestion, tell us who will replace them. They should bench Wilfred Ndidi for who? Johnny, I want to bench our two best. Like, I don't understand. But hey, people can say anything. Aribo and Ndidi aren't our best two midfielders. Okay, please name the two best midfielders that you think we have. Aribo had no business starting ahead of Iwobi in the afternoon. Okay. I'm not going to say anything again. Aribo can't make long passes and is slow like snail. Well, I recall that the games that Iwobi came on to play, it was my contribution, and it culminated with a red card. Those are facts, not opinion. Aribo, on the other hand, lost only one game, and every game he played, it was very, very instrumental. It was very pivotal. Davi, all through his career, never gave any major long passes, as we know. Like, he gave long passes, but it wasn't something he was known for. Neither is Iniesta. Didn't stop him from being a good midfielder. Long passes is not what makes a midfielder. Yes, it's part of what makes it. But for your Wilfred Ndidi, who would you bench to play? Like, I don't understand. In the Premier League, and you think it's not good enough? Hey, every test, I think I'm 19 for today, $10. That's big. Oh. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. The sister because Aribo can't make long passes and it's slow. I don't agree about Aribo being instrumental. Okay, no, Allah. Give me replacement. Now, Alex Iwobi is on red card. He can't play this game. So, remove Aribo. Let's even go with your own coach. Please give us his replacement. How can Ndidi be benched? Who be that? Ndidi is the best DM in Africa, and Aribo is the best 10 for now in Nigeria. The way you have your own humble opinion, and his own humble opinion with that now, that's how hard our job is. Senior man, and my guy, Kelechi, can be your guy, but he's a very, your guy is the rudest human being that I've come across in my entire life when it comes to football. He's mannerless. Like, I would say that every day, anywhere, anytime. He's so mannerless. He's the most disgusting human being I've met, character-wise. I don't know why he behaves like that, but I mean, if you're opportune to be where you are, I'm not saying hug everybody, but be respectful. Don't act in a way that makes people look at you like you never really play much. Every you can't be like Messi and then Cristiano Ronaldo. People are not gonna hear what. Okay, so because you know when you look when I the other day I was saying something to somebody. I said if Kelechi Iheanacho was a Ghanaian player or an Ivorian or a Senegalese player, You know that we'll not even be talking about him. Like, we will not remember that he plays football because he doesn't play regularly. But guess what? Because in Nigeria, we will do overhype. We'll still remember him. Okay, we'll talk about the things that we shouldn't be saying about him. But just simple courtesy and respect. I mean, it doesn't take anything away from you to be respectful. And listen, you don't have to be friends with people to greet people. Hey, hi, what's up? Don't be giving attitude like, say, you be bothered. Okay? Please, how can we get ticket for the Abuja leg? Because I must be there. Oh, and there is no information about ticket. If you've ever gone to watch matches in the Abuja Stadium, you know that you can buy tickets at the gate. And if you're flying in from anywhere, you just have to get your hotel around where the stadium is, and then you go get a ticket, unless you just want to have another humble opinion here. Well, let's run down again on YouTube, and I have a lot of people saying something now. The Super Eagles fanatic said, all Aribo does is short pass and head assist. I beg. That one is basic. Okay. Or replace Aribo with Ejuke. Ejuke is a wide player, not a midfielder. So in case you don't know, coach, you don't even know ball at all. These people accusing Edafe of ignoring Igbo players are tribalistic. Man, I've heard things. Maybe that explains why Rogers doesn't like to play in. Okay, so let me go to Facebook. I've ignored you guys for a very long time. I see, whoa, hey, my sister is always like on my page, giving me support. Sissy, I love you. See you. Okay, Kalija Ibrahim. He said, I hear bros. You're not because you. I like this. Stop liking. I like this Lewis Hamilton shirt to see. This shirt is one of those things that I bought. What I ordered for is not what I got. I like it too, but when I saw it when I saw it online and I paid that money that I paid, and this thing came back, I wasn't as pleased and excited as I was. But hey, I got it. I always like to have a Formula One shirt, and I'm still looking to buy another one, but I'm not going to buy from the person I bought. I'm going to try to get another one from maybe UK shop. That's why I'm waiting when I go to Europe. I bought another one, but I love it. I'm not going to give it to you. Fidelia Jackson, how are you? Good morning, my love. How you doing? It's been a while. You run away. You abandoned your boyfriend, right? Olara Wajuntoyin, Ibiwoye. Look, you don't do. I know all this name too plenty. Sure. Good morning, boss. Good job. Thank you very much. Sissy Amsi Douglas. Hello, brother. Hello, sis. How you doing? I'm loving you. Victor Malalu said, for me, the red card was not justified. The VAR was not consulted. Even Liverpool have been riding on some pieces of luck this time. They did same against Chelsea at the Carabao Cup final by disallowing Lukaku's goal, which I thought was a correct goal myself. Sissy Amsi say, good morning, big brother. Good morning, little sis. How you doing? I love you, big brother. I love you, sis. Can't wait to spend time with y'all. In also you cooking. Okay, so I'm gonna cook yam for you. I know you've not had yam in your life, but I'm gonna get yam for you. Okay, I have no clue of what's going on, but you are. Okay, I don't understand. But you are doing an amazing job. Be encouraged. Continue to strive in excellence. Thank you very much. Mama will be so proud of you. Yeah, I know. All those plenty prayers that Mama was praying is really coming to pass now. You're doing wonderful, big brother. Thank you very much. Victor Malalo said you can't recommend player to coaches because of your integrity. People would think that you have collected money too. Yeah, that's it. And you know, the thing about recommending players is, if you recommend a player for a coach, for instance, and that's what I always think along the line of my job, and the coach honestly refused to pick the player, and then the coach goes on and then he start like the result of the team is not going well, and you're criticizing the team. If the coach sees your criticism, the first thing he will say, he can put out your chat with him where you are asking for favor for a player and say, this is the reason why you're criticizing him. So your criticism will no longer be objective. And I hate to lose that sense of objectivity on my job because my coach doesn't allow me to do it. I'm a hard hitter. I'm a guy who I will come hard on you when you don't do the right thing. So I don't want to be in a place where my conscience is already compromised based on the things that, or based off of the things that I've asked of the coach before. Up to jerseys. That's why when they give me jerseys, I do give away with it. I don't wear it. I can take a shirt from a fan. I can take something, a gift from a fan. But footballers, coaches, nah. I remember my governor calling me that I should come to his room. He wants to give me a set of jerseys. I said, no, if I'm going to draw. I was in a coach. I said, coach, no, I'm not fit to. Let's have lunch together. I said, coach, The people that will see me, I don't know how many people use their phone to snap the picture, I put it on social media and say, hey, this is why that is defending him. I don't want that to happen. They say it's the perks of the job. It comes with the job. You are supposed to enjoy it. No, I will not be able to enjoy it because the day I criticize you, I say, see, that's why I give JC. That's why I give money, and you don't give me money. And so I'm careful. And I think, who do you think should be given the Super Eagles captain? We already have a captain. They're not changing that. They're changing it. Trusecco is the captain. I don't think they should change it. My future captain of the Super Eagles would have to be Wilfred Ndidi. I think that the captain's armband will bring out something in him that has been holding back. I saw in the Tunisian game, even though we lost, but I saw in the Tunisian game where he was really outspoken, he was shouting at players, he was commanding. I think if you put a captain's armband in him, you know how in Spider-Man, let me use my Spider-Man quote now, to whom much is, with great power comes great responsibility, okay? And we say to whom much is given, much is expected. Is a low budget to listen. This is not me demeaning him, but it reminds me of Sunday Lisa. You all know me that Sunday Lisa is my all-time greatest Super Eagles player. Nobody comes close, right? If you give him the captain's armband, I think it will draw out a part of him that's not there. I know a few things that it needs to improve on is his shooting ability, but then look at Thomas Partey, have the worst shooting ability ever. I don't think he might ever score a goal in his career. And I shouldn't be saying this now, then he go and score against Nigeria. But I don't think, right? But that doesn't make him not to be a good player. He's a good player. So I think it's the same thing. But if he wants to improve his game, he needs to learn how to start attack from defense, stretch passes, and also shoot accurately. These are things you can learn in the training ground if you commit yourself to it. But if I would give the captain's armband to another person aside Trusecco, who I think is also doing a great job, he's a great leader on and off the pitch, I will give it to Wilfred Ndidi. But maybe people are looking at Ndidi that it's too quiet, it's too gentle, he might not be able to handle it. But that's the kind of guy that I'll give my captain's armband to. Oh, good at God when you say hello, Dafe. Are you still an Arsenal fan? And I'm an Arsenal fan forever. I'm not going to change. That's not never, ever going to change. Cool. So I'll leave by that. All right. As we round up, I'm retired. Say these people, okay. OOG say, what you just accused Kelechi, please. What did he do really? Dafe, can you break it down further? Educate us, what did Kelechi do? I'm not going to educate you on that one. If you're looking for gossip, you're not going to get it from me. Kelechi is no ball control, no first touch, I beg you. Osimhen needs to be captain. Really? Osimhen? Well, it could be, but I really don't like my strikers being my captain. I like my captain being somebody who is seeing the game. I like my captains coming from the back, but that's my own opinion. It doesn't make it fact. So there are no rules that say captains cannot be, strikers cannot be captain. But I think that it takes a little away from the captain, from the striker, if he is the captain, because, those times we need to go talk to referees, those times we need to go protect the team. I like my center back. Two people I don't want to be my captain, my goalkeeper or my center forward. But any other person can be the captain. But I like my center back and defensive midfielder, or my number 10 at most being the captain. But that's my opinion. It doesn't make it the standard rule or the law of the game. All right, we don't have time again. I have a class to teach today. I have students to go mentor, and it's very, very important to me. For those of you who don't know, I have a foundation where we take care of 100 displaced young people every year, teach them ICT skills, video editing, graphic design, and a whole lot more. And I have that class to teach today. And I was going to have it. One of my very good friends in the industry, of Wazobia FM, a flatmate, is also going to come and help me mentor them today. It could be somewhere in Jakode. I take that job seriously. It's something that I consider an opportunity to give back to humanity for what God has given to me as a person, opportunity and privilege that God has given to me. So I need to run up for that one and see. But before I go, and before I bring in Peter, Peter said Alexis Sanchez yellow card was uncalled. This question would back my claim. Was the alleged tackle intentional? No. Did he win the ball cleanly? Yes, because he won the ball cleanly, and there is no way he could have controlled his leg while in motion. So there is no yellow card in that one. But then finally, I take this one from Hybrid 10. He said he is not an Arsenal fan anymore. He keeps flirting with other clubs like Liverpool. I'll never, ever support Liverpool. I'll never support Liverpool. Okay, so let me tell you why I wear that Liverpool jersey. Okay, I did a job for Standard Chartered Bank, right? And they paid me good. They paid me good. They treated me well. They actually, then I was in Brilla. They actually tried to get me a visa to go to Anfield for a tour. But my former employers bungled it by writing the wrong letter to them and that to the embassy, and that didn't happen. I don't hold it against them. I mean, everybody do the things that they do for what reason that they're doing it. So I really don't care. But because of that, every time they're doing an event, they always remember to call us to do production. If you look at our page, you see what we did with the last view in the Carabao Cup finals. These guys pay me money to do that. And, it's just my way of saying thank you. Like, thank you for considering my business good enough. Listen, not too many people believe in this dream that we are trying to push. And it's hard. It's an expensive venture that I got into. You won't see me wear a Chelsea jersey, for instance. You won't see me wear a Manchester United jersey, for instance, a sports jersey, for instance. But I remember when I was very, very young, my sister bought me a very fine yellow sports jersey. I still remember that. The memory of that is still in my head. But I remember that I came home and my other brother, Adeyemi, slapped me for wearing a sports jersey in an Arsenal house. I can't forget that moment. That's the moment where I know that Spurs are enemies. Like, they are enemies. Like, I was like 9 in London at night, and at that moment I don't know, these people are the people you don't eat their food. These are your enemies for life. Okay, so that's how I wear that Liverpool jersey. But other than that, everything, some are gifts. People give me gifts of non-footballers. So give me gift. Let me just wear it, put my name on it. It's like you not buying an NFL jersey and sending it to me. I have a Cleveland jersey for me, my wife, and my children that somebody bought from me from Ohio. He flew all the way with his wife, his American wife, to Nigeria to come see me in Nigeria. I wear that one. I don't care whether I be Arsenal fan. Okay? And OG, okay, Iverton said, okay, no, I've read that. I'm not flirting, get out. He said, I asked a simple, genuine question, and you said I'm looking for gossip. But you're looking for gossip now. Why not do the day touch? Now, gossip you define. If not be gossip, all over the news how many people is taking on Kelechi already for the things that he's done and the way he treats people, even at the AFCON, and you're still asking me that question. That's not a simple question. That's way rude of you. I know I've always been a rude person. I'm not trying to be nice to this year black man. Let it work. I'm always a rude person. That's who I am. I'm a rude person. Okay? And you were busy accusing her 2 minutes ago of being rude. You're doing same now. Crap. Okay, listen, the difference between me and Kelechi is I communicate with people. I'm in communication business. I communicate with people. But if you are so touchy, that's your headache. You don't need me to break it down. You already know, but you're fishing for gossip, and I'm not going to give it to you. Sorry. Hybrid 10, he said, you can tell Idafe is truly a nice man. Really? Oh, thank you. That's really good. All right, this is where I pack my bags and baggages, and I go. Some children are really waiting for me now. About 96 children are waiting for me to come inspire them and push them and make them, focus on succeeding in life rather than jumping into crime. Making them see that where they're coming from, like I am once upon a time in their state, is not as important as where they possibly can be tomorrow. So thank you very much to everybody who's been on the show today. And let me also say bye-bye to the guys on Facebook and those who think I'm rude and those who think I'm not rude. I really don't care. I got a job to do and I've got to do it as good as I can. Special thank you to my sister, Ceci Amsel, and for all of the women who showed up still in the spirit of the International Women's Week or Women's Day. I love you guys. Give you big hugs and kisses. God bless you all. My name is Edafi Matthew. You love to come in on the spot. It's been a good time. Coming up next is Peter. And we're not there with them. Say them sisters. Bye-bye.
So this morning that we so we enter inside England for those guys, whether they do pository work, whether they tell us how hard they analyze ball with people don't play, following the game in Manchester City, most Manchester United for their every game. Look at this. Now to this guy, whether they call me well Delany, with the chief football writer for the newspaper. You get performance when you watch Sky. Yes, Sky Sports, when they see their auditory, when they tell this guy, this former Manchester City defender, when they call Mike Richard, he said that guy.